Hi everyone, this is John Girardi with Right to Life of Central California, bringing you another in our series of videos that we're doing throughout 40 Days for Life. 40 Days for Life is the international campaign of prayer and presence outside of abortion clinics throughout the world. If you want to learn more about our campaign here in Fresno, you can go to rtlcc.org to learn more. We're continuing with yesterday's discussion about Roe v. Wade and its sister case, Doe versus Bolton. Roe v. Wade basically said that the Constitution itself mandates that abortion be legal. And by saying that the Constitution mandates it, the Supreme Court basically foreclosed the ability of state governments and the U.S. Congress to pass any kind of reasonable restrictions on abortion, okay? State governments could not pass a law to say, well, we'll have abortion be legal, but only in the first 6 weeks of pregnancy, or only in the first 10 weeks of pregnancy, or only in this circumstance, or abortion's illegal except in cases of rape or incest, or abortion is illegal except to save the mother's life. States don't have that kind of leeway. They have to keep abortion legal for all 9 months of pregnancy and for any reason because the Supreme Court says that the Constitution requires it. Now, this is a point where someone might interject and say, hold on, John. Roe v. Wade and its successor case, Planned Parenthood versus Casey, says that states can ban abortions at certain points. In Roe v. Wade, it said that states could ban abortions in the third trimester. And in the 1992 decision, Planned Parenthood versus Casey, it said that states could ban abortion after the point of fetal viability. So what are you saying? Why are you insisting that Roe v. Wade and Planned Parenthood versus Casey require that abortion be legal for all 9 months of pregnancy and for any reason? Well, the reason for that is Doe versus Bolton, right? Significantly, both Roe v. Wade and Planned Parenthood versus Casey give some leeway to states to ban abortion, except in cases where the mother's health is threatened. And that's a huge exception, okay? It's health, not life. And how do you define health? When is a mother's health threatened? Well, that question was answered in the 1973 Supreme Court decision. It was a sister case of Roe versus Wade. It happened on the exact same day. Doe versus Bolton, which was like Roe v. Wade, issued on January 22nd, 1973. Now, Roe v. Wade was a challenge to the state abortion law in Texas. Doe versus Bolton was a challenge to the state abortion law in Georgia. And in Doe versus Bolton, the Supreme Court defined that health exception, okay? Late-term abortions, states can ban abortion with an exception for cases where the mother's health is threatened. Well, what is a threat to maternal health? Here's what Doe versus Bolton said. Doe versus Bolton defined health in such an unbelievably broad fashion that literally any pregnancy can fit in the definition of a pregnancy that threatens the mother's health. Literally every single one. It includes mental health, emotional health. It includes familial health. What does that mean? Well, probably it means my family dynamic will be upset if I have to have this child. So any unwanted child necessarily upsets familial health. And who gets to decide? Who gets to decide whether a woman's health is implicated? The abortion doctor. That's the person who's entrusted with deciding whether or not a health exception exists. The doctor who's, set to profit from this abortion happening. So what you can see here is an exception that swallows the whole rule. The rule is that states can ban abortion in the late stages of pregnancy. Roe said in the third trimester. Planned Parenthood versus Casey said after fetal viability. You can ban abortion after fetal viability. But you have to have an exception for those pregnancies where the woman's health is threatened. And there are abortion doctors who are on record as saying they think every single pregnancy is it can have very serious threats to a woman's health. So it doesn't matter that Roe and Planned Parenthood versus Casey say that in certain late-term abortions that the state can ban those abortions with an exception for the mother's health, because the mother's health is always at play. And this is the crime. This is one of the many horrible things about Roe v. Wade and its successor case, Planned Parenthood versus Casey. They basically say that the Constitution itself requires abortion to be legal in this way for all 9 months of pregnancy, for any single reason. And they prohibit states from passing any kind of laws to really ban abortion during any time frame. We can't pass a law just to ban abortion in the third trimester, something that's wildly unpopular with the American public. We can't pass a law to ban abortion after the 20-week period of pregnancy, the halfway point. Can't do it. Can't pass a law to completely ban abortion after the point of fetal viability at about 22, 23, 24 weeks. We can't do it because the Supreme Court says the Constitution mandates it. So short of a constitutional amendment, or getting a whole bunch of new Supreme Court justices who disagree with the authors of Roe v. Wade and Planned Parenthood versus Casey, our states, even pro-life states, are hamstrung from doing anything to change our laws governing when abortion is legal and when it isn't. For Right to Life of Central California, I'm John Girardi.